Hello student, good morning, welcome back. So today I am going to start new topic. So today our topic is difference between this bar magnet and this solenoid, and I will also discuss axial field of a finite solenoid here. Okay, so this first diagram represent bar magnet. Okay, and here this magnetic line of forces starts at north pole and ends at south pole. Okay, and this make a closed loop here. Okay, so this make a closed loop here. That is a closed loop. Okay, and here this is a solenoid solenoid made of copper wire. Okay, and here the number of turns, let be here we taken here number of turns n, and the length of this solenoid is L. Okay, so here the magnetic field inside a solenoid is stronger than inside a bar magnet. So magnetic field inside this solenoid is higher than, I mean greater than that of this bar magnet. Okay, so if a magnetic material is placed inside this bar magnet, okay, so we take any material made of iron or copper and we put this material inside this solenoid. Okay, then this that material will also magnetize there. Okay, so magnetic field outside a solenoid is very weak. So magnetic field outside this solenoid, I mean at this point very weak. Okay, so here this is a any solenoid here. Okay, so this is a solenoid having length L and number of turns we taken here. And okay, and this is a bar magnet. You already know that north pole and south pole. Bar magnet has two poles, north pole and south pole, and these are the magnetic line of forces, and this make a closed loop here. This make a closed loop here. Okay, so here if a magnetic needle, okay, if magnetic needle, okay, if magnetic needle is brought near a solenoid and then a bar magnet, okay, then it is observed that the deflection of needle is similar in both cases. Okay, I mean if a magnetic needle is brought near this solenoid and then near a bar magnet, okay, so it is observed that the deflection of needle is similar in both these cases. Deflection in similar in both these cases. Okay, so this shows that the magnetic field lines around this solenoid and this bar magnet. Okay, so here, so this is a diagram of solenoid and this is a bar magnet, north pole and south pole. Okay, here north pole and south pole, and this magnetic line of forces. And now if a solenoid is cut into two pieces, we take any solenoid here. Okay, and we cut this solenoid into two pieces, cut from here. Okay, so these are two new solenoid. Okay, and these two solenoid, I mean a magnetic field of this original solenoid is greater than that of these two solenoids. Okay, and similarly we take any bar magnet, north pole and south pole, and we cut this bar magnet into two parts. Okay, north pole and south pole, north pole and south pole. Okay, then the magnetic field of this original bar magnet is greater than that of these two new bar magnets. Okay, so now our next topic is axial field. 1 minute. Axial field of a finite solenoid. Axial field of a finite solenoid. Okay, so here we take any solenoid. Okay, this is a solenoid of length 2L. Okay, so consider a solenoid of length 2L having n number of turns, total number of turns n. Okay, so we take any midpoint here and the length here L and length L. Okay, divide into two parts. Okay, 2L divided into two parts, L and L. Okay, and a circular element, we take a very small element here. Okay, very small element, so that is a dx. We take a very small element, that is a dx here. Okay, and the distance of this element dx from this point, from this middle point, is x. We take here x. Okay, and we take any another point, so axis, so this is the axis of solenoid, and we take any point outside this solenoid but on this axis, on the axis of this solenoid but outside of this solenoid. Okay, we take point P. Okay, this is a point P, and the distance of this point P from this midpoint we take r distance from this point. Okay, so now we have to find the magnetic field at point P due to this solenoid. Okay, so I make the fresh diagram here. Okay, and the axis of this solenoid is, okay, and we take any point on this axis but outside of this solenoid. Okay, and the total length of this solenoid is 2L, total length 2L, and we cut this, I mean we take any middle point of this solenoid. So this is a middle point of solenoid. Okay, and the distance, I mean middle point of this solenoid, I mean it divided this solenoid into two equal parts, L and this also L. Okay, and we take any very small point. Okay, very small, we cut very small here. Okay, that is a small element, that is a dx. Okay, and the distance of this small element from this middle point is x. Okay, and the distance of this point P from this middle point is r. Okay, so now we have to find the magnetic field at point P due to this solenoid. Okay, firstly we find out the magnetic field due to this small element at point P, and after that we integrate it, then we will get the total magnetic field at point P due to this solenoid. Okay, so how we find, and the current passing through this solenoid is I, and you already know that the magnetic field around this solenoid in this form. Okay, so in this form. Okay, okay, so if I be the current, okay, we take here I, so I is the current, I is the current through this solenoid, okay, so here the I be the current through this solenoid. Okay, here this I, so I is the current through this solenoid, then magnetic field at point P on the solenoid, point P, this point P on this axis. Okay, axis of the solenoid, on the axis line of the we take here very small element. Due to this very small element, this element, we have to find the magnetic field at point P. Okay, axis line, okay, of the solenoid, small element. Okay, so here I repeat again what we do here. So I the current through this solenoid, then magnetic field at point P on the axial line, on this axial line is, so we have to find, we already know that due to solenoid the magnetic field at point is mu naught 4 pi 2 pi and dx. Okay, how many number of turns, and total number of turns, and okay, so here number of turns and dx. Okay, so n dx I a square. Okay, a, we take here a radius. Okay, so a square plus r minus x square 3/2. So this is the formula. Okay, a radius of this, radius a is equal to radius we take here. Okay, so a radius here. Okay, and x is a distance of this small element from this point, from this middle point. Understand that? So dB, so let P be far off from point O, I mean the middle point, then r greater than a, r is a very larger than radius of coil. Okay, and r also very greater than x. Okay, here the r, this distance, the distance of this point P from this center O, from the center O. Okay, it is a very far distance as compared to the radius of this coil. I mean r very greater than a, and also r very greater than this point. I mean the distance of this small element from this origin O, from this point, middle point. Okay, so here we neglect a and r. Okay, we neglect a and r here. So r minus x square plus a square 3 upon 2. Okay, we neglect a and we neglect x. So what left here? R2 3 upon 2. 2 and 2 will be cancelled. R cube finally. Okay, so now we put this value here. Okay, so here we will get dB. We will get here dB is equal to mu naught 4 pi 2 pi n dx and I a square upon r cube. Okay, we put only r cube instead of these values. Okay, we put r cube instead of these values. Okay, so this is a formula, and this is a magnetic field at point P due to this small element. Okay, this is a magnetic field at this point P due to we take very small element, due to this very small element. Okay, so now we have to find the total magnetic field at this point due to this total solenoid, total magnetic field. Okay, at point P due to this solenoid. So we take, okay, so what we do here, we integrate it. Okay, we integrate from length this minus L to plus L. Okay, because here if this is a, we consider if this is the axis, so this is a length, positive length, and this is a negative length. So we take here the lower limit minus L and upper limit plus L. Okay, so we integrate it. So here total magnetic field, total, 1 minute. So total magnetic field at point P due to whole solenoid, can be obtained by integrating these previous equations. Okay, this equation we take equation number 1, so we integrate this equation. So total magnetic field at point P due to whole solenoid can be obtained by integrating equation number 1. Okay, so when we integrate this equation number 1, so we have dB is equal to minus L to plus L. Okay, so dB and minus L to plus L, we put all that value here, mu naught 4 pi 2 pi n dx I a square upon r cube. Okay, we integrate this value, and these are the constant term. 2 pi is a constant term. Okay, n is a constant, I is a constant, a radius of coil is a constant, and r, I mean the distance of the point P where we have to find the magnetic field. Okay, that is also constant from the origin. Okay, so r is a distance of center of this point to where point P. Okay, r is a distance between these 2 points, so that is also constant here. Okay, so now all comes from this integration. So mu naught 4 pi comes outside, and 2 pi n I a square upon r cube come outside, only inside dx. Okay, and here limit minus L to L. So now we integrate it. Okay, so now we integrate it, then we will get our value, and this is a magnetic field B. Okay, so it's equal to mu naught 4 pi. Okay, so 2 pi and 2 pi will cancel to each other. Okay, but we write here now, we need it I a square r cube, and this x minus L to plus L. Okay, minus L to plus L. So finally B is equal to mu naught 4 pi 2 pi n I a square r cube L plus L. Okay, 2L and mu naught 4 pi, because okay, so we put the lower value L minus and upper value minus L. Okay, finally L, this minus minus becomes plus. Okay, so 2 pi and IA square RQ 2L. Okay, and here n into n into 2L. Okay, so we take here L 2L. Okay, 2L and this n into 2L I, and the area pi a square, pi and this a square, pi a square. Okay, m. This is the magnetic momentum of a solenoid. This is called magnetic momentum. This is called magnetic momentum of a solenoid. Okay, and number of turns 2L, I mean the length of that solenoid. Okay, and I, electric current, pi a square, area of coil. Okay, so it gives a magnetic momentum of a solenoid. Okay, so finally we can write here B is equal to mu naught 4 pi. Okay, so pi and I. Okay, so we directly write here 2m RQ. So here you see that n2L and that is this is a 2L and 2L pi a square. Okay, pi a square I. Okay, pi a square I is equal to m. Okay, only 2 left here, so 2m. Okay, and RQ. Okay, so we can write here, I mean this total value is 2m RQ and mu naught 4 pi. So we also multiply mu naught 4 pi here. Okay, so this is our value. Okay, so this is a magnetic field at point P due to solenoid. So this is a expression. Okay, so we can write this is expression is same as case of a bar magnet. This expression same as, we get the same expression as we put the bar magnet instead of a solenoid. Okay, same this expression same as bar magnet. Okay, okay, so this shows that the solenoid and a bar magnet produce similar magnetic field and they have same magnetic moments. Okay, so this shows that we can write here, 1 minute. This shows that bar magnet and solenoid produce same magnetic field. Okay, same magnetic field, and they have same magnetic moment. They have same magnetic moments. Okay, they have same magnetic moment. I mean, when we put bar magnet instead of this solenoid, okay, then same magnetic field produced here and the same expression we get here. Okay, at point P. Our next topic is dipole moment. Okay, so this is our next topic. So what is a dipole moment? I mean the magnetic dipole moment is defined as the product of the pole strength of either pole and distance between the magnetic pole. Okay, so we can write here, so magnetic dipole moment is defined as the product of the pole strength, product of the pole strength, sorry, okay, so page and here, so I need new page. Okay, so here magnetic dipole moment is defined as a product of pole strength of either pole and distance between them, and distance between the magnetic pole, distance between the magnetic pole. So this is a complete definition of dipole moment. Okay, I mean a magnetic dipole moment is defined as the product of the pole strength, of either pole and distance between the magnetic pole. Okay, so this is a magnetic bar magnet, the distance between these two poles and the strength of either pole. Okay, we take any pole, the strength of any pole. Okay, so this is a magnetic moment. So distance between the two pole is called magnetic length. Okay, distance between these two poles, okay, is called magnetic length. So we can also write here distance between the two poles is called magnetic length, okay, distance between the two poles is called magnetic length, and is taken as 2L, okay. So what is the length here? That length we taken here, that is a 2L. Okay, so if we take any solenoid, okay, we already taken the length of this solenoid is 2L. Okay, so we take any magnet, okay, I mean this bar magnet instead of this solenoid, then we take length 2L. Okay, so here we divide this solenoid into two parts, so this part having length L and this part having length L. Okay, so we divide into two parts. So here we take this is the positive length and this is a negative length, so we take the limit minus L to plus L here. Similarly, as okay, we divide into two parts. Okay, so this part length L and this part length L. So let QM be the pole strength. Okay, QM, sorry, so we can write here in this manner. So QM be the QM be the pole strength of each pole, then magnetic dipole moment. Okay, then magnetic dipole moment, okay, we represent magnetic dipole moment by m, small m, QM. Okay, I mean the pole strength of either pole into distance between both pole, that is a 2L. Okay, so if this is a bar magnet, okay, so we strength, okay, so QM is a pole strength, and the 2L, I mean the distance between these two pole, that is a 2L. Okay, so here this is a magnetic dipole moment. I am represent here magnetic dipole moment, okay. So its other definitions we can also write here. So a magnetic dipole consists of a pair of magnetic poles of equal and opposite strength, separated by a distance, separated by a small distance, okay. So this is another definition. A magnetic dipole consists of a pair of magnetic poles. Okay, so we take any magnet and there are pair of poles, okay, north pole and south pole. Okay, so a magnetic dipole consists of a pair of magnetic poles of equal and opposite strength, separated by a small distance, very small distance here. Okay, So here the example of magnetic dipole are magnetic needle. Its examples are magnetic needle, magnetic needle, okay, bar magnet, current carrying solenoid, current carrying solenoid. Okay, these are some example. Okay, so magnetic dipole moment is a vector quantity. I mean qm 2l. Okay, so it is a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity. Okay, thus direction of magnetic dipole moment is, so we can write here thus direction of magnetic dipole moment is from south to north pole. South to north pole, it is a very important. Okay, so the direction of magnetic dipole moment is from south to north pole. Okay, we take any bar magnet here, north pole and south pole. So direction along south to north pole, okay. And SI unit. Okay, so what is the SI unit here? So we see that the SI unit of pole strength is ampere meter. Okay. So SI unit of pole strength is ampere meter. Okay, and that of dipole moment is, and for dipole moment is ampere meter square. Okay, and we simply write here ampere meter square. Okay, so I will discuss the rest of the topic in my next lecture. Thank you for watching.